Today we will be doing a grade 8 lesson. This is the first lesson of grade 8, number patterns. If you can listen to me very carefully, you will be able to gain this knowledge clearly. Okay, so don't go away, learn from me properly. Number patterns. The first lesson is, number patterns. Number patterns. The first lesson, number patterns, grade 8. Okay. So really, I will be mentioning different patterns, different things. Then this is 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on. You could get an idea about these written values. These written values, you could get an idea. So, what is this number pattern? This number pattern is, even numbers. These are even numbers. You've been taught last year, that these are even numbers. Okay, these are even numbers. So you think of this one, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and so on. You could write more digits here, right? You could write more digits here, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and so on. Okay. So, these are odd numbers, right? These are odd numbers. These are odd numbers. You think of this one, 10, 20, 30, 40, and so on. What are these types of this number sequence? What is this? How can you identify this one? Multiples of 10. First one is, first value is 10. Second value is 30, 40, and so on. Really, I will be teaching you this one, that 6, 8, 10, 12, and so on. In this lesson, we identify this value as the first term. This is the first term. This is the first term. What is this one? What is this one? This one is the second term. This is the second term. What should be this one? This one should be the third term. This is the third term. Okay. First term, second term, third term. Then what should be this one? This is the fourth term. It calls as term. T-E-R-M. Term. Okay. So first term, second term, third term, fourth term, and so on. So right now I taught you that the terms 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on. This is the first term, second term, third term, fourth term, and so on. Okay, so this number pattern, here is a number pattern really. Right now I'm mentioning you this one, that here is a term, 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 term. These are terms. These things, these values we identify as terms. So here is a number pattern. You could see this number pattern. You could see a relation here, 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 2, 6, 6 plus 2, 8, and so on. Right? Here is a number pattern. Right? Here is a number pattern. You could see, a certain pattern here. Right? A certain pattern can be seen. Right? First term, second term, third term, fourth term, and so on. So you think of this one, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and so on. First term, second term, third term, fourth term, and so on. So right now I taught you that about terms. I taught you about terms. These are terms, right? These are number patterns really, right? These are number patterns. Terms, first term, second term, third term, and so on, right? These are terms. Here is a number pattern. Here is a number pattern. Okay. So right now I'm going to teach you that general term, right? I'm going to teach you general term. This type of one, general term. What is a general term? When it comes to the idea of general term, general term is a common term, common one. General term we identify as a common one, right? General term is a common one. So which means, you think of this one, 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on. So what should be the general term of this number pattern? Okay, number pattern. What's the general term of this number pattern? So really these are the multiples of 2. What are the multiples of 2? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and so on. These are the multiples of 2. So what should be the general term of this number pattern? How do we identify it? Generally, a general term is written using simple in, right? Simple in. So what should be the general term of this number pattern? The general term of this number pattern is, these are the multiples of 2. You know that 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 3 is 6 here, right? 2 times 4 is 8. So the general term of this number pattern is taken as, 2n. Why did I get the general term of this number pattern, that 2n? These are the multiples of 2. Okay, then how can we realize the general term of this one? 3, 6, 9, 12, and so on. Right? What should be the general term of this number pattern? The general term of this number pattern is 3, and the reason is these are the multiples of 3. So what is the general term of this number pattern? General term of this number pattern is 4n. The reason multiples of 4. So just right now you tell me, you tell me what is the general term of this number pattern? General term of this number pattern. These are the multiples of 4. So the general term of this number pattern is 5n. So I will explain this to you more. So when we get the general term of a given number pattern, that can be taken in terms of simple n. General term is written in terms of simple n, which means in the answer you should write simple n. The term simple n should be written in the answer, right? In terms of simple n. So think of this one. What is the general term of this one? 10, 20, 30, 40. Just think. What should be the general term of this number pattern, which is 10n? The reason multiples of 10. So you've been taught that terms, this is the first term, second term, third term, as well as I taught you right now the way of getting the general term of given number patterns. Really these sums are, these sums are related with the first lesson which is found in your textbook. Okay, so you think of this type of question, right? Okay, anyway, now you think of you being given this general term, you being given the general term of a certain number pattern, that's 10n. What you need to do here, really we took the general term of this general term, really we got the general term. This is a question. The general term of a number pattern is 10n. The question is, you need to find the first 3 terms of this number pattern. How can we get the first 3 terms of this number pattern really? This has given, right? This general term has given that 10n. We are able to get the first term, that first term, second term, and the third term need to be taken. Okay, then 10n. 10n means 10 times 1. 10 times 1 is 10. Right? When you know the general term, really you are able to get the terms as well. Really this segment has not, these types of sums also you will be able to see in your test paper. I do think so. Okay. So when you know the general term, you should have gained the ability of getting the terms. N equals to, we could get then 10n means really 10 into n. So 10 into 2. 10 into 2 means 2ne. We could get the third term as well. 10 times 3, which is 30. So when you know the general term of a given number pattern, you are able to get the terms as well. Okay, bear in mind that fact as well. So far I taught you the way of getting the terms identifying you could identify the terms, as well as you are able to write the general term in terms of simple n. Okay, so think of this one: 6, 12, 18, 6 times 1, 6, 6 times 2, 12, 6 times 3, 18, 6 times 24, and so on. You tell me what is the general term of this number pattern in terms of n. Yes, the answer is 6n. Why did we get the general term of this number pattern? That's 6n. You know, these are the multiples of 6. So the general term of this number pattern is 6n. That's okay. So, you think of this one: 7, 14, 21, 28, and so on. What is the first term of this number pattern? The first term of this number pattern. The first term is second term. This type of question, I mean, according to my knowledge, according to my memory, in your first exercise, it's able to see a question that to be taken the first term, second term, third term, and so on. Okay, so first term is 7, the second term is 14, the third term is 21, and so on. Okay, that's okay. I taught you that segment clearly. I do think so, right? So if you got an issue, you could mention it in the comment section. Okay, so right now I'm going to teach you the general term of odd number pattern. The general term of odd number pattern. How can you get the general term of odd number pattern really? The general term of odd number pattern. Firstly, you need to understand that, you need to realize that odd numbers, before that, I will teach you even numbers, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on, right? We are going to get the general term of odd numbers. We are going to get the general term of odd numbers. General term of odd numbers, right? So, you know the general term of even numbers, that 2n, you were taught a few minutes ago, right? General term of even numbers is 2n. We should get the general term of odd numbers. I will write here, then here 1, right? Very carefully, if you can listen to me, definitely you can realize this segment. So here 2, here 1, then 3, here 5, here 7, 9 as well. So these are, this is the number pattern of even numbers. This is the number pattern of odd numbers. What we are going to do here right now, we are going to get the general term of odd numbers. General term of odd numbers. You could see here, that one also should be taken in terms of simple n, which is general term of odd numbers. So here, how have we taken here 1? You know that 2 minus 1 is 1. I mean 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. Here you could see the relation between this 4 and this 3. Then 4 minus 1 is 3. So likewise, you could get the relation between the 6 and 5. You could subtract 1 here, right? Then 6 minus 1 is 5. The same thing can be done in order to get the relation between this 8 and 7, which is, that 8 minus 1 is 7. Here 7 minus 1 is 9. So right now what I'm doing here, I'm showing you the relation between even numbers and odd numbers. Every time when you subtract 1 from an even number, every time when you subtract 1 from an even even number, you are able to get the odd number which is met, which is written consecutively. I mean, when you write, okay, so minus 1, 1, and so on, right? So the general term of even numbers is 2n. We are able to get the, every time you could see that we subtracted 1, here 1, here 1, here 1, and so on. Then from here also it's able to subtract 1. Right now we are able to get the general term of odd numbers. General term of odd numbers, equals to 2n minus 1. Really, directly you are unable to see this method. It has not explained this method in your textbook. Anyway, I do think that you are able to realize this way of this method of explaining. I do think so. If you got an issue, just you mention in the comment section, or you could send me a message. I enter my WhatsApp number as well. Right now, I taught you that the method which is taught in your textbook also, that's okay. That method also okay, no worries about it. But this one was taken logically, right? Okay, I mean, then every time it comes odd numbers, and when you subtract 1 from any one number, it's able to get the odd number. So the general term of odd numbers is 2n minus 1. Bear in mind that. So right now what we are going to do here, so the general term of odd numbers 2n minus 1. Okay, so we are doing the first lesson of grade 8, right? Number patterns. This is the first lesson of grade 8, number patterns. Okay, so the general term of odd numbers is 2n minus 1. The general term of odd numbers is 2n minus 1. If you are asking for me that the reason of writing here simple n, really this is the way of writing a general term. I mean, simple n uses to write a general term generally. Okay, so this is the general term of odd numbers. I will give a question. This is the question, right? So we know already that general term of odd numbers that 2n minus 1. The general term of odd numbers that 2n minus 1. The first question is find first three odd numbers. 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 First three odd numbers. Already you know the first three odd numbers that first odd number is 1, the second one is 3, the third one 5, the fourth one 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, and so on. So, but how to get the general odd numbers using 2n minus 1? Okay, how to get the odd numbers using 2n minus 1. How can you do that? So you need to use this one, 2n minus 1. 2n minus 1 should be used in order to get the odd numbers. So this one has given. This is the first question. Okay, then we are able to get the first three odd numbers. You could substitute that n equals 1, n equals 2, n equals 3, and so on. If you want to get the first odd number, you could substitute that n equals 1. So 2n minus 1. 2n minus 1. So you could substitute that instead of n 1, I mean n equals 1, 2 minus 1. Here 2 times 1 is 2, 2 minus 1 is 1. This is the first odd number. Already we know that the first odd number is 1. But according to given instructions, these answers should be taken. So the first odd number is 1. The second odd number, we are able to get that, substituting that n equals 2, 2n minus 1. So 2 times 2 minus 1. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. 4 minus 1 is 3. So we could get the third odd number as well. N equals 3. So 2n minus 1. So 2 times 3 minus 1. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 minus 1 is 5. So we could get odd numbers using the general term. And when you are given a certain number pattern, I mean, when you know the general term of a certain number pattern, it's able to get the terms as well. Okay, you could get the terms. So when you know the general term. Anyway, the second question is, this is the general term, okay? Then the general term has given that 2n minus 1. The second question is, find 14th odd number. Find 14th odd number. How do you get the 14th odd number really, right? Find 14th odd number. How do you calculate the 14th odd number really? 14th odd number. Do you how to get the 14th odd number? How do you calculate the 14th odd number really? 14th odd number. When it comes to the previous question, you know that if you want to get the first odd number, you could substitute that n equals 1. If you want to get the second odd number, you could substitute that n equals 2. If you want to get the third odd number, you could substitute that n equals 3. So likewise, here we need to get the 14th odd number. In order to get the 14th odd number, what you need to do here, you have to substitute that n equals 14. So 2n minus 1, so 2 times 14 minus 1. 2 times 14 is, 28. 28 minus 1 is 27. So the 14th odd number is 27. Okay, so let's do the third question as well. If you have got an issue, you could mention in the comment section, or you could send me a message. Okay, then eventually I will mention my WhatsApp number as well. We are doing really the first lesson of grade 8, which is number patterns. Okay. So first question was we found the first 3 terms, and right now we found the 14th odd number. The third question is this is the general term. Third question is which odd number is 39. Which odd number is 39? Which odd number is 39? Really, how can you do this question? How can you simplify this question really? How can you get the answer of this question really? Okay, you could get the answer of this question. Which odd number is 39? I will explain this to you very clearly. Think of the number pattern of odd numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 and so on. So, which odd number is 1 here? Which odd number is 1 here? Really, which odd number is 1 here? First odd number is 1. Which odd number is 3 here? Which odd number is 3 here? That is the second odd number. Which odd number is 5 here? That is the third odd number. Which odd number is 7 here? 7 is the fourth odd number. 7 is the fourth odd number. Which odd number is 9 here? 9 is the fifth odd number. 9 is the fifth odd number. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. So I will give you that the same question here. Which question is the ninth odd number? Which odd number is 9? Which odd number is 9? Which odd number is 9? Do you know that? Really, which odd number is 9? Fifth odd number. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. Which odd number is 9? That is the fifth odd number. This one, we know the answer of that, right? Which odd number is 9? which is, you know the answer that, that is fifth, right? 9 is the fifth odd number. This can bear in mind it, right? That is taken generally. 9 is the fifth odd number. That one can be taken, you know, setting up an equation. In order to get that which odd number is 9, what we are going to do here, we are setting up an equation. It's able to get the answer for this question, right? Which odd number is 9? You know, the general term of odd numbers, is, you know, 2n minus 1. The general term of odd numbers, you know, 2n minus 1. The general term of odd numbers, is 2n minus 1. We have to calculate that which odd number is 9. We know the answer that is the fifth odd number. How can we do that? You need to set up an equation, you know, getting the general term of odd numbers. You know, the general term of odd numbers is 2n minus 1. So 2n minus 1 equals to 9. We are going to get that which odd number is 9. Then we need to set up an equation that writing, you know, 2n minus 1 equals 9. If you want to get that which odd number is 11, if it is 11 here, you instead of 9 here, you just think that it has written here that 11. So you could write that 2n minus 1 equals 11 here. If you want to get the which odd number is 15, then you need to write here 15. Right now, what we are going to do here, we are getting that which odd number is 9. So we set up this equation that 2n minus 1 equals 9. Let's simplify then. You need to use the knowledge of equations really, right? Using the knowledge of equations, we could get the value of n here. So it's added plus 1 to both sides, 9 plus 1. Okay, so this minus 1 and plus 1 can be cancelled out really. So 2n equals to 9 plus 1 is 10. So both sides we could divide using the digit 2. So n equals 5. So we know that the 9 is we need to write that we had taken the answer that 5, right? I taught you that. So this is the way of doing this. Really, in order to get the answer of this question, what you need to do here, you need to know the knowledge of equations. Really, I do think that you gained last year the knowledge of equations. Thinking of that, just I simplified this one. Right now, I didn't teach you equations. Okay, so plus 1 added to both sides. So 2n equals n, both sides are divided by 2. So here we write that 9 is the fifth. 9 is the fifth term. 9 is the fifth term. So this is not really, this one was not our question really, right? So our question was, you know, which odd number is 39? Third question, which odd number is, when the question is given as, you know, which odd number and so on, then how can you do this? Then you need to set up the equation. You know, which odd number is 39. Then you need to set up the equation as 2n minus 1 equals to 39. 2n minus 1 equals 39. Now both sides, it's added plus 1, 39 plus 1. Now minus 1 and plus 1 can be simplified. Then 2n equals to 39 plus 1 is 40. Now both sides can be divided by 2 here. Now 2 and 2 can be cancelled out. Then 40 upon 2 is 20. So 39 is the 40th odd number. Okay, so this type of question also is met in your textbook. Okay, in your textbook, this type of question also has given in your textbook. Therefore, you have to learn that how to simplify this type of question precisely. So don't forget it. Okay, so I do think that really I know that you are able to do the first exercise properly. Okay, the second exercise also can be done which is in your textbook. Okay, already I given you the I given you the needed knowledge of simplifying the first equation and the first exercise and the second exercise. I mean the sums which is in the first exercise and the sums that are met in the second exercise as well. You could simplify properly. Okay, we are doing grade 8 number patterns. Okay, number patterns, that is the first lesson. Okay, so and also in the near future, don't forget, I will be doing all the questions that are found in these exercises. I mean, in your exercises. Okay, so I mean of number patterns. So right now you know that that how to get the general term of multiples of 2, multiples of 3, multiples of 4, and so on. And also you were taught that the way of getting the multiples of the way of getting the general term of odd numbers as well. Really just remember, just recall that what's the general term of odd numbers? Yes, 2n minus 1. What's the general term of multiples of 3? 3n. Yes, you are okay. So here is a summary. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on. 10, 20, 40, 30, 40, and so on. 10, 20, 30, 40, and so on. 30, 40, and so on. I'll give you this one. 8, 16, 24, 32, and so on. What is the general term of this number pattern really? In terms of simple n. These are the multiples of 2, you know that. So this is, yes, think of this, 2n. What is the general term of this number pattern? 10, 20, 30, 40. Yes, the general term is 10n. Tell me, what's the general term of this number pattern really? Then 8, 16, 24, 32, and so on. Yeah. What's the general? Okay, so you could get the general term of these number patterns. Okay, and also if it asks here that which term is 8 here, I mean in this question if it is asked that which term is 8 here, really which term is 8 here? First term, second term, third term, fourth term. Really which term is 8 here? 8 is the fourth term. This one also can be taken that, right in that 2n equals to 8 and divided by 2 both sides. So n equals 4. So which term is 8 here? The answer is fourth term. In order to get the answer of this question, I mean if this is tested, that if it is asked that which term is 8, which term is 8, then you could set up the equation that 2n equals 8, or you could divide 8 by 2. So really which term is 40 here? Which term is 40 here? Which term is 40 here? Then first term, second term, third term, fourth term. Then you could write that 10n equals 40. Directly you could get the answer as 4, right? But this is the proper way. Mathematically it takes the answer of this one, that which term is 40? The answer is the fourth term. Fourth term. If you think that you've been given to get that which term is 32 here, then you need to write that 8n equals 32. So divided by 8. So n equals to 4 here. So which term is 32 here? Fourth term is 32 is the fourth term here. Okay. So yes. So I've been teaching you that then that's how to get the answers, the needed knowledge. I taught you that the knowledge that you need to gain in terms of doing the first 2 exercises of your textbook. So, and also next what I am doing here really, in order to get the answers, I mean I'm discussing, first of all you could do, I'm discussing the whole exercises. I mean I'm going to give you the answers for the exercises, first exercise, for the first exercise, and for the second exercise as well. Okay, so just give me few seconds please. Okay, we will be meeting next day as well. I mean, in the near future as well. That day, I will be discussing the first questions of the first exercise and the second exercise of number patterns of grade 8. Okay, thanks a lot. If you are a newcomer to my YouTube channel, you could subscribe my channel so that you can get more videos in the near future as well. Okay, thanks a lot.